Okay, for graph A, we're using that for problems 9 through 11. And I honestly do not recall doing this. Maybe I skipped something that I shouldn't have skipped. If I have, I'm going to go back and add it to the material so you won't even notice that. We're going to answer these and I'll explain them, but I don't remember anything about this in the whole thing. So if I've skipped something, I need to go back and fix it. All right, we can do number 9 because you know what x and y intercepts look like. The y-intercept is 5, and I would already beg to differ with them. The y-intercept is 5 on the y-axis, but the y-intercept is 0, 5. The y-intercept is a point, not just the number 5. So I would disagree with them there, but I'm sure they don't care if I disagree. So here are the x-intercepts. Let's go ahead and plot them. That just means where does it cross the x-axis. This is not a linear function. This is a parabola. That's what the name of that graph is, and we'll learn more about those in the next chapter. But a parabola is that U-shape graph. So it crosses the y-axis at 0, 5. It crosses the x-axis in 2 places. It crosses at 2 1/4, 2 1/4, 0, and at negative 2 1/4, 0. So those are your x-intercepts. You have the one on the left is at negative 2 1/4, 0, and the one on the right is at positive 2 1/4, 0. If you have a linear equation, a straight line, you will only have one x-intercept. But in this case, we have a parabola. So that would be the answer to number 9. Number 10. I'm going to erase the graph to do this one so that I can keep drawing on it. Number 10 says the increasing interval is when x is less than 0. So let's shade that area. When x is less than 0, that's going to be down here. And the graph is climbing on this side. You're going uphill. Let me say it that way. And this is where I just don't remember us talking about an increasing interval. Maybe it was in a previous chapter. But it's going uphill at this point. That's called an increasing interval. So when the x's are below 0, you're going uphill. When the x's are above 0, what's happening? You're coming back downhill. So the decreasing interval is this yellow half of the parabola. When your x's are bigger than 0, they're above the origin, you're going downhill. So that's what the problem is getting at. When the x's are to the right of origin, you're going downhill. So the answer here is the x's are to the right of origin. Number 11. I don't remember this, and I know I didn't sleep through it because I had to be, but I'll look back and see. The blank is 5, and there is no relative minimum. 5 is the highest point. It's the peak of the graph. So this is called the relative maximum. And I know we did not talk about this term, but I'm thinking that maybe I just didn't catch it. Maybe I should have talked about it, and I didn't. So those questions relate to that parabolic or parabola on a graph. I'll check. I'm not sure what happened. Number 12. Eva plotted a point on a coordinate plane. So I'm going to go grab us a picture of a coordinate plane, and I'm just going to use the one I've already drawn. So let me copy that and bring it back over here to this one. To plot the point, she started at point 0, 0. So I'm going to use the laser pointer. We're going to start at 0, 0. She moved 2 units right and 3 units down and plotted the point. So it's right there. Let me go ahead like Eva and plot that point. Over 2 and down 3. And they simply want to know what is the coordinate pair for this point. It's over 2 and it's down 3. So I'm liking answer A.